Well, a warm welcome along then to LUTV's coverage of this PL2 match between Sunderland and Leeds United. Leeds United's team just on their way to the field of play for what is hopefully the first win of the season. Leeds yet to get a win under their belt, but only 2 games down. Lost 4-0 to Stoke in the first week, 2-2 draw against Wolves 10 days ago, and both teams have games in hand. They sit at the foot of the table. Sunderland's team is as follows. It is Patterson, Wilding, Dunn, Hackett, Taylor, Jimaji, Diamond, Dobson, Curry, Neal and Wern. And the bench for the Black Cats is Wunwell, Bonn, Harris, Bowman and Hawks. Quickly for the Whites, before we bring my co-commentator Ben Parker in, is Elia Capriel, Cody Drame, Leif Davis, Ollie Casey, Charlie Cresswell, Bryce Hosanna, Matthias Bogus, Jamie Shackleton, Sam Greenwood, Joe Gelhardt, Stuart McKinstry. And then on the bench it is Van der Heuvel, Jack Jenkins, Pascal Stroik, Robbie Gotts, Crescencio Somerville, hopefully to make his debut. And it's Donny van der Heuvel played in goal last week, on the bench this week. And Ben, it's a big chance today, 10 days since the last game. Of course, a chance for Mark Jackson to get to know his players a little bit better. And hopefully iron out those errors, albeit only a couple, and get the first win.
Yes, good afternoon, Tom. Good afternoon to everybody else. And it's about building from the last performance, as we've seen against Wolves. The first half was very good, 2 goals up, some excellent play in the final third, in particular Joe Gelhardt impressing us both yet again. But then second half didn't start well. Wolves got an early goal, and as we've seen so far in the first couple of games in this league, this level, if you're not bang at it for the full 90 minutes, the teams have got the quality, they will hurt you. But no, we've got a strong team out yet again. It's a good opportunity to get that first win under his belt for the under-23s.
Yeah, so looking at the team sheet today, we expect it to be the traditional formation. Ollie Casey perhaps sat in front of the defence to help the back 3, which we believe Bryce Hosanna and Charlie Cresswell will form. Leif Davis, Cody Drame to attack down the wings. But of course, with it being Leeds United, you never know, the team could be fluid throughout. Good to see Matthias Bogus back in the fold as well at 23 level. Had a busy summer. Just waiting for the 2 teams to be allowed to get this game underway. So Sunderland bottom of the league, but they have only played 1. They lost 3-2 to Burnley a week ago today, as Leeds get proceedings underway. And it will be Hosanna that will stand alongside Cody Drame in defence. Charlie Cresswell at left centre half on the ball now. This plays pass, and Sunderland straight away on the attack. That's a good interception from Hosanna. A good tackle from Matthias Bogus as well. And chances, Ben said, just to build on partnerships. The partnership that we were most impressed of last week was Sam Greenwood and Joe Gelhardt, and a new back 4 again for Leeds. Such is the quality of the players jumping up into the first team squad, which I think we'll have this year. We'll have to get used to a different back 4, different midfield, and a couple of players, of course, gone out on loan since our last game, which we wish them the best of luck. John Stevens and Alfie McCalmont as Leeds. With Elia Capriel straight out on a quick pass. Bogus in possession, and here is Bryce Hosanna. Cody Drame has been deployed as a centre-back for the last couple of games. He's played certainly a bit more narrower than we perhaps expected, Ben. So a chance to see him maybe get forward a bit more today and see what he can do on the ball.
Yeah, spoke about Joe Gelhardt, how impressed we have been about him, but with Cody Drame coming in there, like you said, right back, right of free, as it was against Stoke. He can play very, very versatile, but he's settled in really well. I like his 1v1 defending, but no, really does. We think like Bogus, as you can see, number 7 on his shirt there, just in a kind of wide position. You don't expect him to stay out wide, expect him to drift into like little pockets of spaces, try and get on the ball, influence the game. But no, it's important we do get off to a good start, and just first couple of minutes, just trying to find a bit of rhythm into the game. Not too much in terms of possession for us just yet.
Yeah, steady start so far as Joe Gelhardt tries to cause problems. High press from Leeds, Greenwood getting involved, and here is Casey. He's going to allow Leif Davis to take cover, and he'll show that speed of his, and he gets past his man Davis into a good position. Ball coming into the box, and the cross just a little bit too far away from Joe Gelhardt. Charlie Cresswell now in possession. Whips this ball wide to Cody Drama, and that says a neat bit of play. Now he's on his way into the box, attacking with pace across the face of goal and wins a corner. Nice confident start from him, Ben.
Was good, that. Great switch of play, Charlie Creswell. We've seen him do that over the last 12 months. Him and Ollie Case have both got that diagonal pass in the locker. And it's always good to switch the play, keep your width as full-backs. Drove in and won a corner.
Matthias Berger's in possession of it now, and he's going to go very, very high with it. Towards the far post, Joe Gelhardt goes for goal. Hits his hand, albeit accidental, but we can't sit here all day and talk about handballs. It was the talk of the football media yesterday. Referee blows up straight away, such as the rules, and it will be a Sunderland free kick. Big week this for Leeds at 23 level. Got a game again on Friday. Middlesbrough will be coming up against the Whites, and then it's back to the EFL Trophy after the weekend. Some quick fire matches. That's a brilliant header from Cresswell, straight back to the keeper. Davis again, tremendous leap from Leeds Davis. He does have a really good spring in his step, great agility. Good to see him get some regular minutes as well, as Gelhardt skips past his man, draws in the foul, draws in a second foul. It's a good job Joe Gelhardt's used to that, the players having to mistime their tackles. Love the little flick away from the first player. Matthias Berger, and Leeds trying to start quickly. Shackleton has to get on his quite quickly to move out of the way, and Drame comes into the middle for Matthias Berger, and he's looking all the time for an option. Davis again, very good first touch into a attacking position. It's going to fall out to McKinstry. He'll strike for goal just past the far post. But it's good signs, Ben. First 4.5 minutes. The tempo's good from Leeds, and the pace of Leif Davis. I'm not saying the players that have played beforehand have not been up to scratch, because we know the talent Leeds have got, but he just adds a different dimension to that back forward as Leif Davis.
Yeah, first 5 minutes, the attacking kind of width coming from us is from the two full-backs. Seen Drame on this right-hand side, Leif Davis yet again showing his pace, his power down that left-hand side. And the couple of games I've seen him this season, a couple of pre-season games, obviously the Carabao Cup game against Hull, I thought he did reasonably well in that game, playing at centre-half. But it's a big season for Leif Davis. He knows it. There's going to be opportunities, as we've seen so far, the first few games in the Premier League. We're still going to give our young players a chance. They're still going to be knocking on the doors to try and get into that match day squad. So he'll see it as a perfect opportunity for himself to try and get in Marcelo Bielsa's mind.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for all of them, including this man Bogus. And here is Gelhardt, another one that would look to impress. It's a great through ball to Greenwood. They combine again, and it's brilliant. Carves open the defence. Greenwood fires home, and it's 2-2 for Sam Greenwood.
Clinical, fantastic build-up, great finish. And to be fair, it's probably been coming. We mentioned about the width, attacking down the sides with his full-backs. Well, this time, it's in the kind of number 10 position. Joe Gelhardt. People who've watched the last couple under-23 matches realise he receives the ball on the half-turn, always thinking forward, always thinking positive. He does that, and it's a great timed run from Sam Greenwood. Keeps himself onside. Delightful little finish over the keeper. Fantastic start.
Yeah, this is where Leeds have been good in the final third, last couple of games. Of course, they were dealt a lesson against Stoke, but showed in patches what they can do on the ball, and just defensively they can switch on. Leeds, they've got a bright team. The days at a higher league, of course, it is going to take them time to bed in, and they have to switch on here as Davis gets her back and gets across to concede the corner. Looks like it's Jake Hackett for Sunderland that's gone across to take it. Plenty of red and white shirts are up in the box. Ollie Casey marking Dan Neal on the edge. There's a free man just at the near post, which Fergus has gone to mark up quickly, headed away. The pressure from Shackleton is intense. Gelhardt comes across to join him, and Leeds forced a mistake. Davis nips in, it's hit Shackleton. Here come Leeds with Greenwood. McKinstry is a great counter, and it's out to Cody Drama, and Leeds are flying forward now. Can he pick a pass? He goes inside. It is McKinstry. Oh, just over. Really unlucky from Stuart McKinstry. Just leans back and slices it over the bar. But in terms of the positives, Ben, the way they came through that midfield it's a joy to watch at the minute.
Well, we have to say about the camera angle, first of all, being this low down, it's obviously not ideal. Sunderland didn't allow us to be higher up, but we get on with it. But what it does, it offers a fantastic point of view, seeing the counter-attack, the speed that the players move off the ball. Breathtaking just to see the movement, how quick we do things in transition. You have to say McKinstry's got to hit the target there. I thought Drama was going to take it on himself, driving into the box, but saw the pass was onto McKinstry. Good first touch, just leaning back ever so slightly, but it's been a fantastic start.
We need to get the throw in and more pressure high up the pitch. Good work from Leeds. They win another throw in, and Shackleton's going to leave this for Davis. Greenwood again, a bit ambitious, but he wins the throw in. Inside to Burgess. Leeds again looking confident. He's gone over the top looking for Shackleton. Out comes the keeper. It's brave goalkeeping and it's effective. Something a bit different though from Leeds. It's not often we see the high ball over the top. It can be a bit of a rarity that, but perhaps it's on with the pace of Shackleton and Greenwood through the middle, Ben. Yeah,
it's good to mix your game up as well. Don't be too predictable, especially Sunderland trying to set up it within a shape, make it difficult to play through the lines. If they're doing that, the space is in behind, so it's good to see that we've noticed it earlier in the game.
Yeah, Cresswell's pass is a bit too far in front, and out comes Caprile. Showed a lot of confidence, Cresswell, just to offer that angle, but just a little bit wayward. Pass for Burgess into Shackleton. He's quick to get to the ball. Burgess tries to ride the charge of one. Gets to McKinstry, who's looking a bit more confident in the middle of the park. Gets a little bit too much ground on that pass. It's a little short as he was looking for Davis. Challenging midfield from Casey. Thought he got a touch of the ball, not sure how much of the man, but free kick all the same to Sunderland. They've taken it quickly, and the man that was doing that, Jack Diamond, who's had a busy last 12 months, or last 6 months, of course, with his appearances at Harrogate, Ben.
Yeah, he's a player I know really well, and I know in particular Harrogate Town were really interested in keeping him for the season on loan yet again. Now they're in League Two, so it's going to be a good battle with Jack Diamond on the right, Leif Davis at full-back. You have to say Leif Davis has got the better of him so far, bombing up and down, but you've got to stay switched on against a player like Jack Diamond for the full 90.
Yeah, Sunderland are very keen to get this one back underway, but the referee stopped them twice now, so that might have given Leeds just a bit more time to assess what they want to do with this, as Jamalji gets it out to the left, and it is with Kieran Dunn. Good tackle from Cody Drawing. Had a big 10 minutes so far. Dunn in possession. McKinstry gets to it first. Good tackle. But Gelhardt short. He's going to have to put his body in the way. He does it really well again, Joe Gelhardt, and wins yet another free kick. And he's not quite at the Luke Ayling standard of winning free kicks. He's got a long time before he's at that level. But he's got an amazing talent so far at a young age, just to put his body in the right place at the right time.
What I love about him is just his close control, his technique. We spoke about it last week. Players trust him playing balls into his feet no matter where it is on the pitch. As that's just the second time we tried the diagonal pass. It's probably not on in terms of like in position where we are. Too much to kind of do. And if we do give the ball away, we're kind of spread out. So then you're trying to force yourself back. That's what Leif Davis is just saying to the referee there. Look, yeah, it's a free kick, but he's just trying to get back into shape to make that tackle. So yeah, sometimes the pass might be on to go a bit longer, but do it from a right area, do it from a position of strength in terms of your shape. Don't kind of leave yourself exposed if it does go away, that pass.
Yeah, free kicks to the far post this time. Met well by Cresswell, puts his body on the line and defends against Jamalji, and it's a Chance for Capriel to take the ball to the floor, free kick. Into Burgos, brilliant first touch, gets away from the Sunderland midfielder, which is the number 4 of Jay Cackett. Into Leeds' number 4, Ollie Casey. Hosanna to Shackleton. Drame's first touch is not the best, but he's quick enough to go retrieve the ball. No diagonal this time, it works out for them as Davis has got him behind. Now he's got Gelhardt on the edge of the box, he's going to try and pick him out. Shot comes in, it's blocked. Shackleton goes for goal, keeper saves. Has to jump pretty high for that, but the pace in which Leeds are attacking is certainly going to cause Sunderland some problems. Again, it's Davis in behind, and of the a couple of games I saw of Harrogate, Jack Diamond was impressive, but he's going to have to do some defensive work today because of the sort of game that Leif Davis brings to this team.
You can just see Leif Davis has had that little break in the off season. He's come back a different player, in my opinion. I know about his strength, his speed, just like consistency to get into his game, which happens to all young players. You're always striving for that little bit of consistency. But like what I do like to see is desire as well. He keeps trying to drive up and down that left-hand side. And Jack Diamond, or whoever's the right winger, they hate running back the other way.
Certainly do. It's not often willing to work too hard as the ball's just for a breakaway. McKinstry throws himself in front of it and it just about stays in. Now driving, McKinstry will try and bring it down the near touchline. Fall for Casey, a great positioning from Ollie Casey. Into Shackleton, the referee has given advantage for a bit of a pull on the shirt, so Davis once more into the fold, and Leeds will drop into that back three with Casey helping Cresswell, helping Bryce Hosanna, and that's going to allow the man on the ball here, Cody Drame, and Leif Davis to keep piling forward. Bogus goes over the top again, looking for Joe Gelhardt, but it is too powerful and into the hands of Anthony Patterson. If you are just tuning in though, it was a 6th minute goal. Sam Greenwood from a Joe Gelhardt through ball, one touch out of his feet and ball into the back of the net, and the keeper committed himself early, and Greenwood used that to his advantage with a powerful shot. Shackleton out to Davis. He's got Burgess in the middle, who is the intended target of that pass. Cresswell wants to go diagonally, and he gets McKinstry in a good position. And the thumbs up from McKinstry suggests he probably should have done better with that. Not scared to try this diagonal pass, even though it didn't work the first 3 times. Something that Leeds are certainly adamant about doing, Ben.
But you don't mind it when it's further up the pitch. Then if you do give him the ball away, you're asking Sunderland now to go 90, 100 yards up the pitch to try and create anything now. So you just, again, mentioned the position of strength, and that's all it is from a shape and a formation point of view. You're structured kind of good. If you do turn the ball over, it's not a dangerous situation where Sunderland can go counter-attack. But with Stuart McKinstry, the first couple of games we've seen him operate kind of a midfield type of role. But this is his best position when he's out on the touchline, out on the wing, using his speed, using his trickery.
Yeah, been a good start from him. Hosanna with Cresswell, with Davis, and now Davis works that 1-2 with Cresswell, and that first touch is a little heavy. Concedes the throw, and it's clipped him on the side of the boot. Burgess again with the high press, tries to force the error. Has to get back now because he's missed his pass in midfield, and now Sunderland growing in confidence a little bit on the ball. They've not been scared to get it down themselves, and that's a good run down the left hand side. But Burgess does his defensive duties ever so well. Doesn't leave his man, stays in position. And McKinstry into the middle of the park for Burgess. Good first touch again, just a change of direction. Greenwood, Gelhardt, back to Sam Greenwood now, who has got a sea of red and white shirts to try and get past them, so he's going to try and work the The challenge to Shackleton. Davis towards the far post. Gelhardt's underneath it. A little back heel towards Bogus, who takes it inside. It's patient build up this. Bogus over the top looking for Gelhardt, and the Sunderland players are just going to try and watch this one out of play, and they do. Gelhardt not happy there. Certainly adamant it should have been Leeds' ball. Confidence flying through the players though, Ben. You can tell with some of the passes they're trying, there's no nerves, there's no sign of a lack of a victory so far this season.
Not all, a bit of creativity as well. Players popping up in different positions. We've seen Sam Greenwood picking the ball up in the right-hand side, drifting in field. As soon as he does that, then you see Joe Gelhardt going down the middle as well. So it's the fluidness of the formation of the players. And as we said a couple of times in the early parts of the games, where it does take a bit of time for the new signings to kind of bed in. Obviously, Mark Jackson new to the role as well. But so far, so good. He'd be delighted with the first 18 minutes.
Throw out towards McKinstry. Davis and Cresswell, that's two neat headers. Davis has to be quick here, puts his body in the way, and again, just shields possession, just make sure Leeds have that a bit of time to compose themselves. Cresswell to Drame, neat header inside. And there is Casey. Some of the football from Leeds has been really impressive. That's hit Bogus on the arm. That probably should have been a handball as the ball's in behind to Gelhardt. Leeds will take it now as he tries to turn inside. Oh, it's beautiful from Joe Gelhardt, still going. Can he finish? Oh, near post. Hits the side netting and deserved the goal from there. I must admit, I thought he was going to go across goal, but you can see why he's tried to outfox the keeper and go with the cuter attempt. Ben, he's apologising to his teammates for not passing, which, I mean, if I could have done that skill for us, I'd have had a shot towards goal. So,
1,000% he should have taken on. He did all the hard part really well. The little chop back with his right foot onto his stronger left, just a thing of beauty. And we're going to have a good time this season, Tom, watching Joe Gelhardt with the under-23s. I'm hoping we're not going to watch him too many times. I think performances like he has been doing so far be knocking on the door for the first team.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Certainly has started life well for the Whites. As mistake from Patterson in goal. It's out to Davis, to Gelhardt. It was Shackleton, sorry, not Davis. Davis is up there now. And it's Shackleton. I was going to say it's Bogus who's going to try and dance away, and he does it pretty successfully for now with the drama on the ball. McKinstry wants the 1-2, nearly gets it. Shackleton, the man that tried it with him. Casey, a little scoop pass from one side of the centre circle to the other. It's Cresswell that benefits from it. Davis rise the challenge, gets a little lucky, but now a chance to cross it in. He's put plenty of power on that cross, looking for McKinstry. He's picked him out. Free kick has gone Sunderland's way. But if McKinstry did push the player off the ball, because it was a good first touch. He did find himself in a bit of space. Nearly halfway through this first half, Ben, and we've seen the performances so far. Of course, we've seen the Stoke game where every single mistake Leeds made at the back was punished with a goal, and all their good attacking play and a missed penalty. Then we saw the brilliance last week at Thorpe Arch when they scored twice and just couldn't keep it intact at the back. So I think we'll be quite level-headed today. But after the first 20 or so minutes, it's certainly the best they've played as a team for me with the ball at their feet.
Yeah, they've looked well. They've looked well in the shape as units, as a collective kind of formation as well. But as you mentioned, the Wolves game, that'll be still in the back of their minds, and I'm sure the last 10 days or so, a lot of work has been going on to just eradicating those mistakes. Just don't switch off mentally. Just when you think the game's easy, you think you've got the game by a scruff of the neck, you can get punished in this Premier League 2 campaign. So, look, that's where we've got to improve on. But like I said, so far so good. The only kind of critique you can aim at us is that we haven't got that second goal, be more ruthless. But some of the players have been good. We've been calm in possession, playing it around the back. We haven't panicked, but we expect to see that as well. We expect to see the transitions good, looking after the ball in the final third. Unfortunately, just offside there. But no, it's just the just players bedding in, getting to know each other's game inside out, and you get your rewards like we're seeing so far.
The offside, as Ben mentioned, so Sunderland will have a chance with a free kick, which Jamalti will take. Really is quick to get out of his goal mouth and give it back to McKinstry. Again. Cresswell to Davis. Shackleton tries to keep it in play. Bogus. It's Davis again. Greenwood. Turn away. Trying the crossfield past Greenwood, that was his main intention, and he does it towards McKinstry pretty well. McKinstry just keeps it in. In fact, he doesn't, it just gets out of play. It's twice now, thumbs up from McKinstry once more. Just taking his eye off the ball at that crucial moment, but good positioning all the same. All good pressure from Greenwood up top. The referee might have given a free kick for it though. Perhaps caught the centre half as he came in. Brendan Taylor at the heart of the defence for Sunderland. Ronaldo wins the third. I certainly thought he had. You can tell by his little strop that he thought he had. Now the referee wants a word. Perhaps saying it was handball. Just the latest player to moan about a handball this week.
What a farce that is, by the way, Tom. Some of the decisions, VAR. I'm just glad we can watch a game of football, just know we've got none of that nonsense to worry about.
Yeah, Leeds already been on the wrong end of a contentious handball call, of course, at Anfield. As back to the 23s as Shackleton tries to release McKinstry, throwing two Leeds. Great control from Tersberg, gets into McKinstry again. He rises the challenge. Still got the ball, Leeds. It's all patient for now. No gung-ho-ness and no real attack to just either need or stuff. It's just a bit more steady now for Leeds. They've got their goal. And the best bit of clinical play we saw was the goal with Galahad sliding it through. That's a clip of the heels on Mateusz Burgess. That's going to be a free kick, but Sunderland seem more wary at the back now of the Leeds attack. Yeah, they've seen number 9, Mitch Curry, have a touch. It's a good sign for Leeds. Got to maintain it though up until the break, as the high ball over the top. Cresswell trying to watch his runner. Hezana's come across. Ball in behind. McKinstry's got to get there. Cody Dramé does. And not for the first time this season. The pivotal interception comes from the Leeds number 2, and it's what Ben mentioned right at the start of the piece, how he's been impressed with his one-on-one defending. The timing is second to none. Especially in the box, going to ground. He had to make that challenge. Just McKinstry switching off. He can't afford to do that. Yeah, near post corner, headed away by McKinstry. Bogus' touch is not the best, but he tries to nip in with a tackle. Up and away by Casey. There is Shackleton. Good ball from Shackleton. Greenwood goes past his man. Now Leeds have to get in the box for him. He's got a couple of options. Should he wish to use them, all the way towards the goal line, across the face. It takes a good save from the keeper, Patterson. Went for goal, Greenwood. Gelhardt to the far post. Nobody queuing up. And it will be a chance that goes to waste. But again, I like that from a number 9. Bit of greediness. He created the chance himself, and of course the keeper, I'm sure, would have had a little bit of two minds, Ben. Does he go for the pass? Does he go for goal? So chat about Foxham of Sunderland flagged offside.
Like I said, some great turn pace by Greenwood on this right-hand side. He's clearly been watching Patrick Bamford, as we've seen yesterday when Bamford was in the box, drove in, got his shot away up with his right foot. But now it's good from Greenwood, mixing his game up. Defenders won't like that. We've seen him get his goal movement in behind this time. He's getting ball to his feet, skinning the full-back, skinning defenders. Could he just got his head up and tried to square a pass across the 6-yard box for an easy tapping? But we know what these strikers are like, don't we, Tom? They're very greedy in these positions. Tried to get his name on the score sheet yet again.
Yeah, well, when you've got the 2 goals in successive matches, you can understand why. As he pings the ball to Gelhardt, once again, those two combining. Gelhardt was going back looking for Burgess, but it's a pass that's gone astray. Great tackle from Drama again. Good interception on his way down the right-hand side. Perhaps the pass a little strong for his teammate, but what matters for Leeds is that they've got the ball still. Greenwood to McKinstry. Good return pass. Greenwood goes down. Referee saying there's nothing in it. He was trying to say the ball was won. It's early days yet, Ben, but I've been quite impressed by Greenwood's bravery. He's not afraid to put his foot in where it hurts.
No, I think we said after the Stoke game, just to try and get himself involved in the game a little bit more. Well, he certainly did that against Wolves, and so far, in the first 30 minutes of this game, he's been dropping deep, trying to get on the ball, if not spinning behind. His link-up play and understanding with Gelhardt's been really good to watch.
Yeah, Leeds concede a free kick just inside the Sunderland half. Jaime mistimes the clearance, tries to go back for it. Free kick is given against him. Upends the Sunderland winger, and referee might want a word with him here. Yellow card's coming out. Am I being a bit sympathetic? I think that's a little harsh, but I think it is a foul, but he's looking at the ball, and I just feel he trod on the Sunderland man by accident, but perhaps it's the position on the pitch, Ben, that the referee decided why he's got the card. Well,
I don't know if it's because I'm in the full-back union, but it's never a yellow card, is that? Yeah, he's miscontrolled the first one, didn't get enough contact on the clearance. He was trying to use his body, just half a yard, probably just got it a little bit slightly wrong, but no, he's a dangerous position now, so 2 men in the wall. You see Sam Greenwood there as kind of the first zonal marker. Anything in that kind of area, he'll be open to clear it. If it goes over above his head, make sure you touch tight to your marker. Don't let him get a run on you. Don't throw away the good work like we've done inside this first 31 minutes.
Yeah, 2-man wall, looks like it's Gelhardt and McKinstry. Hackett to take towards the near post. Hosanna heads clear. Shackleton has to get in the way as well. Greenwood. Diamond tries to get away from him. Timely tackle from Hosanna. McKinstry just can't get to the ball. Leeds need to stay tight, stay composed as Diamond tries to run at Drame. Good interception so far. Oh, so a good block, should I say, from him. Again, back to his best, just getting a little bit tighter. Referee's given a corner here. He's claiming it's hit Cody Drama in the leg, and you can see his reaction. Tells you all you need to know. Greenwood's trying to plead with the official. Leeds need to try and not get too distracted by the calls, though. Stay focused, keep their marking. Focus come across here. Hackett's ball to the far post. It'll fall to Shackleton. Gelhardt, a good tackle. Greenwood flies in. And a free kick's given here against Leeds, and that's a tackle that's certainly flow-blooded, and the referee wants a word with Greenwood. And the referee is going to tell the physio to come on to the field of play. So fingers crossed there's nothing serious here. It looks like it was a yellow flash that I just saw from the official. Your thoughts on that tackle? I liked it, but
can you make challenges this day and age? I'm really not sure where the referee's getting a couple of these decisions of late from, because to me it's just two players both committed, and I just put myself in Matt Jackson's situation. If Sam Greenwood pulls out of that challenge, you'd be screaming towards him saying, why are you doing that? You've got to be fully committed, full blood in those challenges, because you'll get hurt yourself as a player. So I hope the Sunderland player is fine, but he was committed as well. Like I say, I just thought it was an honest challenge. Sometimes someone comes off a little bit worse for wear, as I can see there, pull his sock down. Maybe it's just like, say, on the follow through, a little kick where the shin pad's meant to be. But to me, it's not even a yellow card, it's not a free kick, it's just a good full-blooded challenge. But again, don't feel sorry for yourself, make sure we defend this set piece.
Yeah, fingers crossed the Sunderland player is okay to continue as Leeds defend the set piece. Comes in, oh, great save from Capriel, down to his right hand side, one-handed, tips it away, and Gelhardt has to come back to help out. Loops the ball over to Matthias Bogus, and Leeds beaten at the far post, but Elia Capriel with the save. Fantastic reactions. Melia yesterday, one of the saves of the season, contenders surely, and clearly the videotape's been analysed and watched. Similar sort of angle down to his right. Fantastic work, Ben, and it's a good job he was there at the right time, because it would have been 1-1 otherwise.
Looking for something in the water up at Four Parks like the goalkeepers have been on the last week, because you're right, Elia Melier yesterday, two saves, world class, unbelievable saves, and this time Capriel, fantastic. You just thought the ball was behind him and he was going to nestle into the bottom corner, but just managed to scoop it out with his right hand, and luckily we managed to clear the danger. But fantastic save.
Yeah, ball forward again for Leeds. Davis has so many times been winning those 50-50 headers. Cresswell wins his battle, Casey likewise. Leeds need to get a little bit more control. Last 5 or 10 minutes it's just gone away from them. Still leading, and apart from that Capriel save, all I had to do is come and retrieve the ball, so it's not as if Sunderland are dominating. It's just Leeds once were, and with 10 minutes to go, I think Coach Matt Jackson will be determined to get that back. Casey over the top looking for McKinstry. He's going to keep that ball in play. Now can he get past the Sunderland left back? He's managed to get the other side of him. Ball across the face of goal, electrifyingly quick, plenty of pace behind it, perhaps too much. And you said it, I mean, 10-20 minutes ago, Ben, that McKinstry's been playing as a number 10 really, but his better role is when he's outside the wing backs, trying to confuse them and trick his way into a good position.
That was really a lot better from McKinstry. Just been nice and positive. That's what you want to see from your winger. Yeah, the cross could have been slightly better, but the main thing has been positive in possession.
Yeah, ball with Elia Capriel. And the Leeds goal, Matthias Bogus. Glides past a couple of Sunderland players, now into Shackleton. The ball hits the chest of the Sunderland midfielder. And now they're on the way. It is the Diamond. It'll shimmy to his right-hand side, but the pass is wayward. Capriel out to the left. Davis now. Shackleton. And now Cresswell. Zander was looking for Davis. Good work by Diamond of Sunderland. Forces the throw but stays tight as Gelhardt tries to get away. He's dispossessed this time. Home side are certainly making it a bit more of an even contest, Ben. But this is what we keep saying about the PL2. There isn't going to be an easy game. No disrespect to the professional development league, but there were times when Leeds played against teams that were under 18 categories, and some of the squads were in the first team for the 23. So it's a much more even test.
It is, yet Sunderland's definitely come back into this game in the last 6 or 7 minutes. I think it just helps with those couple of decisions the referee went in their favour. Just got a bit of territory, a bit of confidence from that. But now this is where you're just trying to cool heads, just calm down, get back into a rhythm of play. Can you just keep the ball for a little moment of time like we're doing now? Just calm everything down again.
Here's Burgess trying to pick a pass. Has to go back this time though. Garme out towards McKinstry. Gallagher in the middle of the park. That's not where Sunderland want him. It's exactly where Leeds want him as he wins a free kick. One of the Sunderland players has gone down. I think it's the young man that was on the end of the Sam Greenwood tackle. And I do believe if that's the second time he's gone down in the last 6-7 minutes, that his afternoon will be over. Sam Greenwood just to the right-hand side of him. And if you are only just joining us here on LUTV, it was Greenwood's goal that has separated the two teams 6 minutes in. Leeds played some really nice football the first 20 minutes. I think Ben hit the nail on the head when he just said the icing on the cake would have been that second in that spell. A bit more clinical edge. The Sunderland player might have another go. There's 6 minutes to go until half time, whether the physios can work their magic then. The referee just looking across the bench just to double check what's going on with the change if they are going to make one, but for now he's been waved back on, so determined effort from the home player. As Casey gets the ball. Greenwood, as we've seen him dropping deep to retrieve possession. Gallagher, there is Shackleton. Davis also getting forward. Davis's pressure forces the throw in once again. Down the line, ball across the face of goal. It's too easy for Patterson. Nobody committing themselves at the near post for Leeds. Greenwood, I was just about to say Greenwood has to watch it with the free kicks. He's clearly a passionate player, Benny. He's very vocal. I have noticed in the last 3 games that he's very supportive of his teammates in terms of both in attack and when the referee or the other team have said that they've done something. He's always, he's got a great team ethic, but with over half a match of football to go, I don't particularly want, if I'm a manager and my centre forward, putting in those tackles. It's a hard fine line, isn't it? You don't want him to do nothing, but you don't want him to then be keeping that, niggling away, because the referee's going to lose his patience eventually.
Yeah, exactly. It is a catch-22, but he's just got to be smart with it. He's an experienced player for his age. Obviously, England Youth International. His record at that level of goal scoring is absolutely fantastic. You can see why we paid the money to bring him into the club. And he's hit the ground running. Second goal scored today of the season. Be doing him a world of confidence. He'll be having a spring in his step. But no, you're right. Just be careful. Don't do anything silly. But still kind of work hard for the team, which is a given.
Yeah, McKinstry believes he was fouled. Nothing given by the official. It's a long ball forward. Drame just stands off his man just to make sure he can make the challenge. Offside flag has gone up against the Sunderland centre forward. So Leeds take the free kick and allow Bright as Alan Irish with a couple of minutes to go until half time. He brings the ball forward. McKinstry down the line looking for Gallagher. That's a bit wayward. Davis and Gallagher leading the charge for Leeds. Patterson's pass isn't the best. That's going to spin its way towards the number 6, which is Jamalji. Shackleton gets to him. Pace in this Leeds team is pretty frightening. You've got the likes of Drame, Davis. Hazana is certainly no slouch. You just don't see it as often from centre half as we did at right back. Shackleton, Greenwood, the other two, and Bogus, Gallagher, and McKinstry are not exactly slow. So it's one element of this team that Leeds have got in abundance is pace. Off the bench, it's not too bad either with the likes of Robbie Gotts.
It's also energy. Sorry, Tom, to cut in, but we were speaking before this game about Stuart Dallas's performance yesterday at Sheffield United, and just the energy of the guy, and that's the benchmark for these under-23 players. Watching the likes of Stuart Dallas just running all over the pitch, different positions throughout the game, but that's the level you aspire to be, and that's the, like I say, that's the benchmark for these under-23 players. They'll be looking likes of Stuart Dallas thinking, well, if he's performing like that in the first team, I need to get up to those levels. So it's fantastic to see. Great role model as well.
Yeah, some performance yesterday. What was another great day for the first team as 23s will try and follow suit with a similar sort of victory. Hard fought if they have to. Ball hits McKinstry in the back of the neck, and someone do come away with it. Should get a couple of minutes of stoppage time after the injury to the Sunderland player, who gone down twice but looks to be good to continue. Hazana Drame with another great tackle, and he's on a card. He can't mistime that. Not that he cares too much, clearly. Here's Greenwood. Out towards Davis, looking for that ball into to Shackleton. It's just not as fluid for Leeds as it once was in the first 20 minutes. This man can make that change though. It's Bogus to Shackleton. Back into the midfield for the Leeds number 8. Into Davis, just can he nip it away? He can. It's just a little bit unlucky for Leeds Davis as he kicks it behind for a goal kick, and I'm sure changes will be made at the interval. We're in the second half, and Leeds will hope to carry on the same momentum. But some of the play, some of the movement, and key word that Ben just mentioned was energy. Leeds have used it in abundance as they've got a set piece here. Advantage was played. Referee happy to give them the ball back as Cresswell wants one of his teammates to come a little short. McKinstry, he's picked out with a searching pass, keeps the ball. Retreat from Drame again. We've only seen him, Ben, go forward once. He's very, very composed on the ball. He seems to be quite assured, but the one time we did, it was very impressive. We'd like to see him do a little bit more of that as Greenwood tries to get in behind. Patterson clears the danger. But yeah, whereas Leeds Davis is all about going forward, he's very gung-ho and gets to the byline. The one time we've seen Drame do it was very impressive, so you'd just like to see it from our point of view, maybe try it a couple more times. Unless tactically he's been told to watch the left midfielder, of course.
I think the fundamentals of his game, they're all there. He's solid in defence, 1v1s like we said, last-ditch challenges, he's full-blooded, and the rest of the game going forward, that'll come naturally. But it's been a good first half of football. 1-0 clean sheet so far. Can we build it on the second half?
Yeah, so that's the first 45 minutes done here on LUTV. Sam Greenwood scored the difference from a Joe Gelhardt assist. Join us soon for second half commentary. Welcome back to LUTV's coverage of this Premier League 2 game at Sunderland. It is the Whites leading by a 1-0 thanks to that man there in the fluorescent orange boots, Sam Greenwood, the goal scorer, against, of course, what is his former club. Sam Greenwood, very familiar to these parts, and 6 minutes in, got on the end of a Joe Gelhardt pass, much to his delight, before slotting it into the back of the net. Leeds had to work very hard for it. It wasn't an easy first 45 minutes. First 20 minutes, very enjoyable on the eye. Just the last 20, a bit more of a grind. But Coach Mark Jackson will be happy with that as long as it stays the same. Get a couple more goals, hopefully, in the second half. And we are going to have, as expected, a couple of changes. Well, more than a couple. That is 3. That looks like Gotts, Jenkins and Pascal Struijk. So we'll bring you who has come off. Myself, Tom Hill, and Ben Parker covering the action. So it is Leif Davis is one of them. Robbie Gotts now, well, was going to make his way onto the field, but being told by the 4 officials to stand still for the time being. Jamie Shackleton replaced by Gotts. Last but not least is Jenkins. Would have thought Ollie Casey's number could be one of the candidates, unless he goes back into defence and it is Cresswell that comes off. Didn't see that number, but we'll find out in a few seconds or two. So Ben, get you back involved. 3 changes, which means we're not going to see Crescencio Somerville or goalkeeper Danny van der Heuvel. Big for the next 45 minutes to come.
And it is, and if we're talking about learning lessons from the previous game, it's how we start the second half. Wolves got a goal back within 2 minutes in that game, and they give them real impetus going forward into the second half. So from our point of view, start well, do the basics well, pretend we're just playing Sunderland's half. But no, with those 3 changes, they're definitely premeditated. You just don't make 3 at half-time for no reason whatsoever, but doesn't by any means weaken us at all with the quality we've been bringing on there.
Yeah, Jenkins to Greenwood. Greenwood goes crossfield looking for Gelhardt. Gotts gets to it. Trying to tell off McKinstry, and that's swap flanked for the time being. Of course, with this new look formation, Pascal Struijk could have gone into the holding midfielder role. Does look like Casey could still be out there. Driver comes forward. Referee gives advantage. Hazana has gone to right back. Here he is now. And he tries to glide his way through. Plays the pass. It is just a little too hot, and it is going to be a goal kick. Casey clears. I think the final change, Ben, is Matthias Bogus, which has pushed others players further forward, striking to defence, into the holding midfielder. Garme through the middle. Hazana on the right hand side. Here is Gotts over the top looking for Gelhardt. He's going to try and get to it, forces the clearance. He's trying to come down the left-hand side. Good turn from Sunderland in midfield. Gelhardt trying to put the press firmly on, trying to get into a good position. Casey in the heart of defence. Hazana comes back. Interesting, Ben, to see what Hazana can do going forward, because he was so good to watch the last couple of seasons in that position, but then he got morphed into a centre-back where he's perfectly capable, such as the quality of the player of Brighton Tanner, but there's just something about it when he goes forward like he does then. We'll just break off because Leeds are piling forward. It is with Gotts. He's got Drame to his right. He's got Gelhardt to his left. Across the face of goal looking for Greenwood. And eventually up and away. And Sunderland have to try and clear their lines, which they've ran that ball out of play. Into the middle from Jenkins. But yeah, back to the point about Brighton Tanner. I don't know how you feel as an ex-fullback as well, but there's just something about it when he's got the ball at his feet going forward. I just think he's a lot more freer at centre back. He's very strict with himself at centre back. At right back, he's a bit more of a loose cannon, but in a very effective way.
Yeah, I like the term a loose cannon. Very, very appealing is that. But no, when you play in that fullback kind of role, you've got the licence to bomb forward, and it does right as a centre half. You have got to be a bit more strict, a bit more rigid within that shape, but it's still got the capabilities. It's got all the assets to be a fullback, as we mentioned in the first half. With his pace, is arguably probably the quickest player within the under-23 setup. I think Leif Davis and a couple of others might have a little bit of an argument about that, but now he's got all the attributes to kind of play there. And he's just a modern Leeds United player playing in 2-3 different positions, so it's not a problem if he's going to be slotted into that right back, the right wing back type role.
Yeah, fingers crossed for a big 40 minutes or so from him as Robbie Gotts takes the corner. Cresswell had a word with him beforehand. It's a strike that goes to ground at the near post. Perhaps a slip and nothing given. No penalty appeal from the towering defender. Or should I say holding midfielder nowadays? After a brilliant end of season last year, number 15 just in centre shot now. The ball goes forward looking for Gelhardt, and it is behind for a goal kick. Speaks volumes, Ben, that the 23 squad, the strength it is, that if we didn't see Pascal Schroek at centre half last year, it was a bit of an alarm bell ringer, really. Thinking he was the main man in defence. It was Cresswell and Casey coming up from the 18s. And the fact he starts on the bench then comes into holding midfield shows the depth they've got at 23. So just break for a second because Greenwood has nipped in and picked the pocket of Sunderland now and tries to work his way into the box. Couple of step overs, a shot across goal just past the far post. It's kept in play. It is Gelhardt to Gotts, and Gotts has just got the faintest of touches on it. It needed more power. And Drame now has it. Here he comes through the centre of defence. Looks for the defence splitting pass. McKinstry was his target, and it is, unfortunately for Leeds, going to break down. But very similar start, Ben, to the second half to what we had in the first.
Well, for once, I think they might have listened to myself and you, Tom, about having a bright start. Come out of blocks really quick here.
Yeah, Gotts shaping as if he was going to shoot, but changed his mind. Drame again to Gelhardt. He's beat the offside trap. Now he tries to go past his man, holds him off, turns back on the inside, then again, and towards goal, crossbar and away. I think he took a deflection as well. I nearly lost count how many times he turned that defender inside out, Benny. Made him look a little foolish. I would hate to play against him, point blank.
Yeah, it's not the one where I'd put my hand up and say, you know what, 1v1's in training, I'll mark him, because his elusiveness, he just drifts onto both feet. The quickness of his little chops back and forth is so electric.
Gotts stands this one up to the far post. Cresswell appeals for a handball. Now Sunderland on the counter. Leeds have to get back. McKinstry needs to try and stand Diamond up. He's gone past him. Drame now. Cresswell's charging back as well. There is Pascal Schroek. Leeds have done well to get bodies in numbers back in their own box. Gelhardt coming back as well towards the far post. That's going to trickle away, and job done for Leeds' point of view. Casey, I think they're just a little signal to calm this one down. Let's just take a breather. Gotts is dispossessed. Hackett goes for goal over the top. Leeds will be pretty relieved after losing it in a pretty crucial area. McKinstry swap flanks, Ben, right to left.
It's not a problem for him. He can operate on both sides. But going back to Joe Gelhardt, the way he glides past players is so dynamic in those little movements he does with the ball. He's a nightmare to mark, especially inside the box. You can't touch him because if you dive in, you're going to give away a penalty because, like I said, he's so quick just to move the ball, manoeuvre his body as well into that little space. I know it's the early part of the season, but he's excited me so much so far. And as I said in the first half, can't wait to watch more of him as the season unfolds.
Yeah, hopefully gets his chance if it presents itself in the first team as Drame's upended. Late challenge, takes the free kick as quickly as he can. Jenkins has started the last couple of games. He's now off the bench today. He was the man that passed it towards Cresswell and strikers. McKinstry has Jenkins in his way for a second. Zana playing right midfield rather than right back, so maybe we are going to see him as a loose cannon do whatever he wants. Pace last year, those couple of solo runs he did was to behold, got into some great positions. Casey's coming across as Curry gets to the ball for Sunderland. He's going to try and cut it across the face of goal. He's done that, but Drame is there on hand. Casey heads clear. And as far as Diamond, who Leeds have to make sure they don't foul him now, especially as he gets into the box. Strike pushes him wide. It will be a Sunderland corner.
And sometimes when you make those changes at half-time, a little change in formation as well, you can just take you a bit of a while just to adjust in positional sense.
Yeah, Strike heads got, I think, got the faintest of flicks to it. Shot comes in, it hits Pascal Strike in the chest, and Leeds have to try and push them out. Sunderland are still in this game. Only played the once, so they're still feeling their way into the season. McKinstry was unlucky, that really nice flick down the line. A couple of flicks from McKinstry in the second half shows he's still got that confidence he had last season. Greenwood charging back, trying to help out his team. Robbie got through the tackle. He's unlucky there not to keep that ball in. There is Susanna. Glides past one. Down to Drame, who might try and return the pass. He rides the challenge of wonders for Leeds number 2. Just can't pass it back to his fellow defender. Tackle from Casey. Advantage is played as McKinstry picks it up. He goes looking for Gelhardt. The pass is a little too strong. Gelhardt, though, appreciates it. Just feel perhaps, Ben, that he's maybe trying to force it a little too early.
Yeah, there's a couple of little signs of there. The idea was right for McKinstry, release the ball early. Gelhardt was in a bit of pocket of space, just a bit too much on the pass.
Yeah, it was very hot, wasn't it? As the ball's back, and there is Susanna again, just trying to nudge his man off the ball, and he's done it effortlessly, and now he can pick a pass in a white shirt, and it is only Casey that's his man he picks. That's going to Strike playing on the left-hand side. Gotts off the track back, two Sunderland players getting each other's way, but Diamond is there. Strike needs McKinstry to follow his runner behind him. Strike does enough to make it a throw-in rather than that of a goal kick. Corner kick. Good tackle again. turn to give himself a bit of space. Gotts injecting a bit of pace into the move, as now it's with McKinstry. A couple of drags under the studs of McKinstry to try and give himself a bit of space to go for a cross. He's still got it. Dances left, dances right towards the far post. There's Susanna trying to nip in with a header. Charlie Cresswell, it's unorthodox, but it's very effective. It's out to Drame now, who drops the shoulder, goes past his man. Into the box he comes, near post. Galhat goes down. Not too much of a challenge, and now Leeds have to get back and defend. Cresswell's header again, just slows Sunderland down, but he needs his teammates to come back and help him. He might have to slot in at left back. Stroke's gone into the middle. Gotts comes back to help out. It's Diamond. Jenkins is there as well. Bit more frantic this second half. Leeds don't have it under control as much as it did the first. Deflection, and it will roll out, Ben, for a corner.
Yeah, it's a bit more end-to-end, bit more space on the transitions for both teams, really. One end, we're saying in the first half, can Cody Drama operate going forward a little bit more? Certainly showed it there, but then you've got to regroup collectively on the transition.
And the ball towards the edge of the box. There is Gotts. Gotts is pulled to the floor. Well, some odd yellow cards in the first half. I like to think that should be a bit of a yellow there. It's intentional.
I think that's where, as players, you get frustrated with the officials. There's just lack of consistency because, yeah, it's a yellow card. Robbie Gotts does superbly to get away from Jack Diamond. Just pulls him back. And if the yellow card's in the first half going to be given, then you've got to be consistent. But from Robbie Gotts, straight to the thick of the action. He's not been utilised as much in this under-23 campaign. A few minutes here and there, but when he's out there, it's always full of energy. Just love his attitude to the game.
Certainly the leading lights in this academy team as Casey finds McKinstry. McKinstry looking for the pass into Galhat. Good first touch. Can he finish? Good save from the keeper. Gotts picks up the pieces. Tries to give it to Greenwood. Bit of confusion between the two. Back into the area. Shot comes in. It's just over from McKinstry. Just doesn't sit in time. And that's unfortunate from Leeds. But you've got to praise the goalkeeping. Anthony Patterson of Sunderland. He came out early to stop Galhat and did his job.
Yeah, he did, but you expect Galhat to stick the ball back of the net there. I just think he got caught in two minds. Wasn't one or anything of the finishers he tried to come up with. Wasn't a little dink over the keeper. Didn't try to slide it by the side of him as he kind of approached Galhat. But great pass from McKinstry. He attempted it a couple of minutes prior to that, where it was just that the pass was a little bit too heavy. This time, the weight of the pass was perfect. In and goal. You do expect Galhat to put it away. He'll be disappointed with it himself not to finish it off.
Yeah, it's a good point, Ben. It's that McKinstry learnt his lessons from the first. Cushioned it with a bit more power on it this time. Now he's got some defending to do, and he does it really well. Stops Diamond. Might have conceded a corner. Stops the original cross. To the far post. Leeds have not been able to clear it. Cabrillo gets in the way and now looks to try and attack straight away. Galhat's got to look over his shoulder to see if anyone in a Sunderland shirt is coming at him. He's going to try and pick the pass out towards the right-hand side. It's a beauty to Gotts. Gotts tears it down. It's towards Jenkins, and he will try and tee up Cody Drame on the right-hand side. Drame to Gotts. He's to stay on side, the Leeds right back. Gotts is going backwards into Hosanna. Hosanna wants a free kick. He is clipped. But just by giving up on the situation, Bryce Hosanna forces the referee to make a call. I think the boots come off, so that's why he's frustrated. Good position though, Ben. I was going to say it's perfect for a left footer, and then Joe Galhat goes and picks it up.
Also, it would have been perfect for Matej Bogus as well, but unfortunately he's got substituted at half-time. The amount of times in this position where we've seen him just whip it into that top corner, but the two boys over the ball, they've got plenty of quality themselves.
Well, we've seen Greenwood in the first couple of Leeds appearances. I'm sure our fans listening will have seen the highlights. He's very confident going with both feet. I will be very surprised though if he's going to take this off Joe Galhat. I don't think Bryce Hosanna's part of this move. I think he just can't get his boot back on. There's nothing fancy about it, Ben.
It's a decoy. This is what Mark Jackson's been working on. It's the old boot off.
Hey, if it works. If it works, then I'm all for it. But he's back on his feet. Galahad is going to go for goal. It hits the wall. It'll come back out to Galahad, skips his way past and gets another. And this time it's a better position, but that might be a bit more painful. I think he might have caught the face along the turf there, Joe Galahad, on the shoulder. Was chopped down, and I think I was going to say, I thought he did slide along the pitch for a good few seconds with his head, so whether it takes him time to recover. Always good when you've got a head injury when a player just comes over and just keeps patting you on the back to make sure you're okay, just when you're a little groggy. I think Greenwood, though, because of Galahad's face knock, he's going to take charge, and let's hope it's nothing too serious. He does look a little bit affected by it. Well, the options for Leeds are certainly there. Well, Greenwood to beat what looks like a potential 6-man wall for Sunderland. There's some tall players in, though. No, Joe Galahad told him he's actually okay to continue. But the way that Greenwood's stepping up suggests that he's confident. Which one will it be? It will be Greenwood towards the corner. Oh, what a goal! It's his second of the afternoon, and it's his third in 2 matches, and it's an absolute thunderbolt over the wall. Leeds lead by 2, and he's enjoying himself out there.
It's emphatic to get the speed, the pace on the finish, up and down over the wall, because it's quite close to the edge of the box, as we can see there. And just the speed, it hits the back of the net. The keeper's absolutely no chance. And if there's any argument about who's taking the free kicks in around the box for the rest of the season, well, it's done and dusted in that instant. Joe Galahad, sorry, you're not on the free kicks now. Sam Greenwood, they're all yours.
Yeah, all because he hurt his head for 10 seconds prior.
I told you it was part of the makeup.
Yeah, well, it was certainly something that Greenwood was very determined to take. His run-up was very assured. It is going to be a corner to Sunderland, but what a strike. Keeper dive, but just never going to get to it. Sam Greenwood is certainly starting to rack the goals up now. His tally's improving. He'll be knocking on the door if he can, as the ball to the near post. Now he's doing his defensive work as Gotts gets up, and Greenwood is going to try and help him out. That's all well and good, Ben, getting 2-0 to the good, but we've been here before.
Yes, a bit of deja vu at the moment. 2-0 ahead, comfortable, deservedly being in front as well. But it's now about going back to the basics. This is where you do the hard work up at Fort Parch on the training ground, day in, day out, with your shape, with your units, just to try and get that clean sheet. Again, we've seen the first team get their first clean sheet. The new campaign yesterday down at Sheffield United. Can the under-23s follow?
Yeah, fingers crossed. Sam Greenwood with a brace so far. Plenty of time for a hat-trick if Leeds can get a little bit more creative. Defensively now is where Mark Jackson will be very, very focused, as Robbie Gotts takes some of the Sunderland players for a ride all over the back of him, but does tremendously well to get away, and Jenkins looks a bit sharper off the bench. Been very tidy in possession. Gotts goes past his man. It is Jenkins now. McKinstry down the line to Galahad. Galahad goes past his man to the byline, just forces the corner. It's just the things he does, though. Obviously it's early days, but I think you've mentioned that a few times, which is very important to stay grounded. He is going to be a player that will have his ups and downs, but I think 99 times out of 100 most players get there and just cross it first time.
Now they do.
No one really thinks to take the player on when you've got a yard to make the turn.
It's the freedom to go out and express yourself. Love to see that in young players.
He'll be back in the box. Galahad as Gotts looks for the far post. Cresswell was underneath it, hits him in the face, and he'd made his jump originally and fallen over. And no such luck as Patrick Bamford off the nose into the back of the net. Leeds keep it at 2-0. Sunderland changes to be made. Is that Josh Hawks that's come on? Manager Elliot Dickman trying to make sure his team can stay in this. Galahart again. Looking for the pass, it's just a little wayward. Drame was the man, he was in a great position. That's a poor pass from Sunderland though. McKinstry has nipped in. Greenwood's running into the channel, it hits him on the heel, he gets a little lucky. Can he punish them? Oh, he can! What a hat-trick, Sam Greenwood. Free kick a few moments ago, and this one is smashed into the top corner. He might have got a little lucky with the back heel, but let's say he meant it. Leeds lead by 3, and that is a fine, fine performance, and there's 20 minutes still left, Ben.
I mentioned the free kick was emphatic. This has just gone up another notch. It's so clinical, is this. A little bit lucky with the touch, but facing the keeper, what are you going to do? He's going to put his laces through it into the roof of the net. You're not going to see a classier, better hat-trick all season long. And I mentioned getting his first goal last week and he's done his confidence a world of good. Well, getting a hat-trick, there's still time to go in the game. He could get 4 and 5 if he carries his ruthlessness in front of goal. But like I said, just a fantastic finish. Sometimes strikers panic in that situation. Not Greenwood, laces through it into the roof of the net, keeper no chance.
Yeah, three chances, and the outcomes have been 100% so far from Greenwood. This is where Leeds can really start to dictate, and they can get the ball forward in that final third. It's just a punish. The way they've punished them was a poor pass out of the back, and it's what Stoke did to Leeds a couple of weeks ago. Leeds just made 4 simple errors that you don't often see this 23s team make, and they were punished, and now they've done it to another team, and just a bit of justice, bit of lessons learned, and now go forward this season and build on this performance. It's easy to signal out Galahart and Greenwood, but the rest of the team have been so focused in there today. Ben made the point, the likes of Robbie Gotts coming off the bench and just taking over midfield. Pascal Struijk putting his weight in there and making sure the Sunderland players have hard work throughout the rest of these 20 minutes. The advantage was given after that tackle. Referee thought it was worthy of a free kick. It takes a deflection. Elia Capriel, I mean, it's hard to forget, you know, with the goals that Greenwood have scored, but his save in the first half was what kept Leeds in the lead. And every time he's had to come out, it's the little simple things, Ben, but every time he's had to come off his line, he's done it with ease.
And that goes for every player on the pitch. Sometimes you've got to be called upon, you've got to do your job. And that's what he gets paid for to do, to save shots, keep the ball out of the back of the net. But football, especially under 23 football, is about learning from your mistakes. How can you bounce back? And the first two games of the season, made quite a few individual mistakes, which kind of cost us. But we've learned as lessons so far, you can see from the game. And this time it's Sunderland making the errors and we're punishing them.
Yeah, ball over the top. Cresswell's pass a little wayward, and Leeds do well to recover. He was just trying to play in. McKinstry was Cresswell. You could see everything was on, but he just overcooked the pass. And here is Hosanna charging through midfield, draws the foul, and that, in theory, should be a yellow card.
Yeah, it's a frustration one, is that? Nothing more, nothing less.
Card is out. Referee having a quick word. Pascal Struijk on the ball. Down the left-hand side he goes. And Greenwood doing more defensive work. Good refereeing, just letting the play go. Both of the players doing pretty much the exact same thing. Sunderland coming through the middle. Direct passing, but there is Cresswell with the little step up out of defence. To Pascal Struijk, who is playing left back, but when he first came on he was in the middle of the park, but he just keeps moving into cover. It is Drame over the top to Greenwood. Greenwood out to the right hand side. He looks frustrated there. Bit harsh on himself. Good tackle from two Sunderland players coming across. Here is Joe Gallagher. To Drame. Good first touch to get round his man as well. Cleared away by Leeds. Only to Joe Gallagher, that ball's gone out. It's the handball rule again. It's in a new dimension to Claire Drame's game today, Benny. He has got forward in little bursts.
He has. I think it's just again a new player settling into the system, because we play and set up far different to any team up and down the country. So these young boys coming in, learning a different way, a different philosophy how to play football. It does take a lot of time.
Yeah, free shot comes in here, takes a deflection off a Sunderland player. That should be a goal kick. I guess it's easy to, because we've been doing a few games, EFL Trophy, of course, you've been busy with the first team, Bennett. Easy to forget it is only his third 23s game.
Exactly. But he comes with a good reputation. Like I said, the fundamentals as a defender, they're all there for him. Just even here in possession, he's looking calmer, looking more solid on the ball.
Yeah, Greenwood tries to dance through the middle. It's good skill by Diamond, gets away. Really good skill by Diamond. He's carved Leeds open. Now he's runs into Ollie Casey, and Casey puts him back in his place as now Greenwood spreads the play to McKinstry. This is where he's so effective, Stuart McKinstry. Now can he pick out another white shirt? Back to Jenkins. To Gotts. Gotts is going to go for goal. Just past the far post. Good power from Robbie Gotts. I liked that. Took a touch, Ben. It opened up. No need to go sideways again. The gap was there.
And the good thing as well, even though you're 3-0 up, sometimes you just think, I'm not going to make that run. There's no point. I can just keep my shape. But no, that's not what we're about. Still going to try and get the 4th goal, the 5th goal. Still trying to bomb forward at every possibility.
Yeah, Leeds get the spin on the ball there that they require to avoid the corner. Strike, he just rolls away from him, but he wants the 1-2 with McKinstry. He's on his way down the left-hand side, but stops his run as McKinstry picks out Jenkins. Gallagher stayed wide. Now Greenwood will be in the box. Gallagher goes for the far post. He's just sliced that away and behind goal. And a rare mistake from Joe Gallagher, but another good fast-paced attack from Leeds. This second half has flown by.
Time flies when you're having fun, Tom. And certainly for the boys, they're having fun out there. But like I said, the 3 points should be wrapped up now. It's about the clean sheet. That's what, especially the centre-halves, the defenders. As the offside flag is up, rightly so, good line, well held, good communication. But no, get a clean sheet, get that under your belt, and then you can progress and move on with the campaign then.
Yeah, hopefully the start of a good week. As I mentioned, Leeds play Middlesbrough on Friday. The youth team's back in the EFL Trophy a week tomorrow, next Tuesday. Another frustrated tackle. I don't think Strike was very pleased with that pass he received. Takes it quickly though. Sunderland have fallen asleep, allowed him that little bit of space. McKinstry once more. Now he goes towards the box. Little flicks and tricks into Greenwood. Greenwood holds off one, showing a different dimension to his game. Now the skills and the strength as he just tries one trick too many. Strike gets in with an interception and Leeds forced to throw in. Patterson plays it out of defence. He had Gelhardt to think about, just in his eye line. And he nips in. Gliding through midfield. Jenkins for a second could have returned that pass, but decided against it. Hosanna now to right back, filling in for his teammates. Start with the first touch pass. Jenkins was trying to do the same for Gotts. Gelhardt coming back. And again, energy levels, Ben. Just tireless up front from these players in midfield. Big improvement this on a week ago.
It's been a more complete performance, hasn't it? As we mentioned, the two previous games, just individual mistakes allowing Stoke and Wolves to get the goals, get a foothold in the game. But anytime someone's made a mistake there, we're very sound positionally wise, in shape, just to try and sniff out the danger.
Yeah, been a big week for Mark Jackson's men. A bit more time with them to train and assess their performances. Gelhardt thinks he's won a throw in. The ball hasn't gone out of play, so McKinstry and Cresswell on this left-hand side have to try and stop. Diamond in that Sunderland shirt goes to the byline. Cresswell in the right place at the right time. And Caprile, though, not happy with his players. Wants a bit more sharpness in defence. A little moan from him there. Sign of a good keeper, moaning at 3-0 up.
Yeah, I like that. It's good habits, set the standard.
All the way out the back to Jenkins. He's got Dramé down the line if he can release him. Needs a bit of help, Jenkins, but tries to flick his way out of trouble. A bit too fancy in that department. Just going to call all the way out to Diamond unless Greenwood can get there, and he can. McKinstry slips. Referee said it's no free kick. That's going to hurt Stuart McKinstry. The shot's going to come in towards the near post. And the keeper might have got a faint touch that it is a corner. Well, Casey and co trying to plead the referee to stop the game for Stuart McKinstry, who I was going to say no wonder he's in some pain. I can see why the referee's not giving it, because the only reason the Sunderland player caught him, Ben, was the fact he slipped. It's the referee's not a problem on that, but it's certainly going to be painful for the young number 11.
Yeah, he's going to be a sore and give that a rub in the morning.
Yeah, post again. Sunderland's players get to it. Ping-pongs off a couple of them. One of them stayed down. That should stop play if it's a head injury, which is well done by the ref. And Leeds are going to get maybe time to get some drinks on board. Stuart McKinstry's got time to check if everything's still in place, still rubbing the stomach. And the physios are going to come on. So 10 minutes to go. If you are only just tuning in to LUTV on this Monday afternoon, you've missed a hat-trick from Sam Greenwood. 6 minutes, pass from Gelhardt, a free kick in the 65th, and then in the 69th, smashes the ball into the top left-hand corner after a mistake in the Sunderland defence. And it's a fine afternoon for him. Going across now to get a drink on board. Mark Jackson speaking to Joe Gelhardt. Again, just wanting a little bit more out of his players for 10 minutes, but you can see the smile on Jenkins' face there, Ben. They're happy out there, the players. They've enjoyed their afternoon, and I think you made the point about a few minutes ago in terms of kicking on this season. It's a massive morale boost, this, because the longer your first win goes, then the more nerves kick in. Yes, relegation's not an issue, but of course promotion's on the mind, and this team isn't as good as it is for us and the club. This team isn't used to losing last few years.
Exactly, it's the winning mentality throughout the whole club, and that's what happens with the first team. It trickles down to the 23s, the 18s, and I said all the club throughout the academy as well. You want to win every game you go into. You want to win. Yes, sometimes the 23s, it's about development as well, progressing players on, but do it whilst winning as well. And as you mentioned, the boys there just have a little smile on their face, so you can afford to do that 3-0 up with 8 or so minutes to go. But again, get that clean sheet. You'll be a lot happier on the bus on the way home. Clean sheet, and then it sets up another mouth-watering fixture on Friday.
It'll be a big test against Middlesbrough. They won the PL2 Division 2 a few years ago. Gallagher gets back running into the channel, trying to force any error he can as Jenkins gets in there as well. Greenwood uses his strength, turns his man. Now can he pick out another white shirt? He tries to float it over the top from McKinstry, who swap flanks again, and his positioning has forced the error, and it will be another corner. It's not all about scoring every shot you have with Sam Greenwood. It's the other side of his game that we've seen today, the back to goal side, the aggression, being carded for a challenge as well, as we get Ben's thoughts on that in a second, as Gotts gets to the byline, floats it back in, a header from Casey towards the roof of the goal. Gallagher's asking for a corner, not to be given though.
It'd have been some header to find back of the net with that. I think he'd done everything possibly he could do there. Ollie Casey, just no pace on the cross, just stood up from Robbie Gotts. So difficult to generate anything. Hits top of the bar, but you're right about Sam Greenwood though, Tom. Just mixing his game up. I said in the first half, that's where I felt he needed to add to it. A couple of times I have seen him just try and get involved a lot more. Well, I don't think he can do any more than get a hat-trick, can he?
No, certainly can't. He's been first class out there today. That's the first class bit of skill from Pascal Stroik. Gets the pass from Gotts, wants to try and play it into McKinstry, but that pass is a little too hot. Patterson just trying to get Sunderland rolling a bit, but in doing so he nearly gives it away. Cresswell has misread that pass, and now he is with Diamond. Jenkins is trying to stalk him all the time. Here comes Pascal Stroik, and you're not going to get Pascal Stroik too easily, and he gets it away from Diamond. Then he plays the 1-2. That must be so disheartening from a midfielder's point of view, as Greenwood is upended. Referee says fair tackle. Now Diamond gets a second chance to make his way into the Leeds box. That will trickle and spin in towards Elijah Capriel. Gotts to Hazala. 5 minutes to go. Cresswell back to Elijah Capriel again. Just the communication from the keeper, always shouting at his defence. He's always offering that angle as well. He's in a game where he's had to only make the one save. He's been very impressive. Gotts to Cresswell, back to Capriel. Again, he's telling Stroik with his left hand where he wants him. That pass is wayward. Perhaps a commentator's curse for the last few minutes, but overall a good performance as Anna gets in there first. Then he puts his foot in to make sure Leeds keep the ball, and now they're on the attack. Pascal Stroik has just come flying past to attack. It's not often you see him in this position. Goes with a cross, and like we saw in the first team yesterday, the power in Leeds' shots has caused one of the Sunderland players to go down. Fingers crossed he's good to go and gets up on his feet, but with it being a head injury, the referee has to stop the game. A couple more minutes of stoppage time perhaps for us to sit through. Be a big moment for Mark Jackson as well, Ben. Had plenty of success with the under-18s, but a first official win with the 23s. Should it stay the same in the next 5-6 minutes?
Yeah, it would be. And you can see he's had a lot more time to work with the players. Obviously just recently being appointed the under-23s. As you say, a step up from the 18s. So he knows a lot of these players inside out, knows the game inside out. And you have to say, some of the games I have seen Mark Jackson in his under-18s team, it's been a typical Mark Jackson performance, full of energy, full of creativity, but also looking solid as well.
With the header, Jenkins picks that ball up and he goes back to Capriel. Forward with the pass. It's another one that's gone astray. Here's Gallagher cushioning it. Oh, they're trenching it for Greenwood. Second pass is wayward again. He's always looking to go forward, is Joe Gallagher. You can see that in the highlights of the first goal if you've missed it. And there is Pascal Strike again. It's into Gallagher once more. Chested control this time to Greenwood. Jenkins, Gotts and McKinstry were asking for that in behind. Instead it's Drame that gets it. First touch pass, he's smashed into their free kick, and Drame's got up and he's not happy with that, and he's got every reason to be annoyed. It's a yellow card. He gets a yellow card for defending himself. Red card. He's obviously said something out of turn to the official, and Drame, from what looked a very simple incident, has been shown his matching orders.
How can he give a red card for... He was just sticking up for himself after a stupid, silly late challenge. And he's not saying anything. I just think it was just like the little push. But that has never, ever been a red card. I think the referee had forgot that he had originally booked him, because it took him a while to realise, oh yeah, I gave him a yellow card in the first half. I obviously got to follow it by a red. It's a soft dismissal, and Drame, I was going to say, I thought he's had a really good game, another good performance, and he'll be disappointed now. He'll definitely miss a match for that, but it's never been a red card.
Yeah, frustration for Leeds. Although it's a perfect day as Gotts takes the free kick to the far post. Struik heads it back in. Gallagher puts it in just past the post. Just thought it was just going to creep home. Offside flag's gone up anyway. And Gallagher is denied. He's got his head in his hands at the back post in frustration, but he's a whisker away as Leeds have to now switch on. Can't afford to concede. Drame in the background still making his way back to the dressing room. Has to be the loneliest walk to a tunnel ever.
And the longest.
He's got no fans to give him some stick from the touchline. Ball across the near post, headed, deflected away. Leeds will see that off a Sunderland player and be happy with that. Into stoppage time now. Should have a few minutes, had a couple of injury delays. Jenkins gets the right side of the ball. It's a good bit of play from him. Casey. McKinstry's now had to go into right wing back. That means Hosanna's gone centre half for the time being, or a makeshift centre half. Gotts to McKinstry. Press was turned by Curry. Casey tries to get back alongside, and Casey does ever so well. Putting some really good tackles today out of Casey, Ben.
Yeah, he has. Again, I don't think that holding position is his most natural, but he certainly adapts into it.
He's waiting for the centre half to come forward. Sunderland take it quick, such as the time on the clock. Gabriel in no rush, was trying to take it quick, but certainly no panic from him. Drags it a little and allows Diamond in. Pascal Strike's coming back to try and get it. He's gone down. Could be a penalty that, and it's given. After a really good game, Elia Capril's last three passes have all been pretty wayward, and he put his team under pressure there, and Diamond, the man that was fouled. And Pascal Strike, he's trying to plead his innocence, but from what we saw of the angle we had, you can't really complain, I don't think. He's trying to say he went down too easy, but Diamond gets to his feet. the 93rd minute. So Leeds to try and keep the clean sheets. Need Elia Capril to make a save, which he cannot do. It's into the far corner, and it will make it Sunderland 1, Leeds United 3. That's the first mistake Leeds have made, really, at the back pen. It's just a good job it's come at the time it has.
Well, I'm sat here so frustrated, so I can't imagine what Mark Jackson's thinking there, and the rest of the boys as well. Capri doesn't need to play that pass out. We're just not set up. Think about the time on the clock. We're inside stoppage time, game management, and that's the last of the action. So, disappointing end to what's been a fantastic performance, but in a way it might be something to kind of look back on and build going into the game on Friday. But the first win of the campaign, great to get the first 3 points, and a superb hat-trick from Greenwood.
Yeah, fine summary, Ben. Greenwood, the man of the day, with the 3 goals, 1 in the first half, 2 in the second. Leeds get their first win in the Premier League 2. That is all for today's coverage. Back on Friday as Leeds take on Middlesbrough.